But see, Matthew was scared of Sticky. Matthew was scared of Sticky showing up at his house. But then, now he wants to think he's so tough by bullying a fucking woman. Matthew, what the fuck? I don't even know you, like you're a freaking stranger. What the fuck do I need to go to a different continent with you for? So, Matthew was the one that's been fake supporting the whole time. And then reversed it on me and lie and said that I've been fake supporting him and that I'm been part of the fake Red Triangle Network all this time. When actually, if I'm part of them, why they're still attacking me? Why is my Cash App gone? Why are they still threatening me? You see this? You see that fake harassing comments? But Sticky might be letting Matthew say, "Oh, Candy is Sticky deserved to die too." But he did a whole video singling me out and attacking me and spreading all this slander and lies about me and trying to fake justify why I deserve to die or why I deserve to be punished with death. And he's trying to discredit all of my targeting experiences and trying to manipulate for me to feel hopeless and make me feel like as if I am exposing my gang stalking in vain and for nothing. Everybody want me to shut up and ignore everything. Matthew, what the fuck happened to you? But for Matthew tried to say, "Oh, Candy's a hypocrite. Oh, look at her promoting Nike." Well, you're supposed to be Christian, but you're supporting and promoting fake AI. But then you want to call people fake AI characters, but you rely on fake AI, fake artificial intelligence. You rely on like consulting a psychic. Then you go to AI for life advice. And here's another fake, like, see, they wait till after I start my video to, you know, and it seems like Matthew tried to mock and make fun of and insult my gang stalking exposure. And he tried to falsely make it like as if I'm just programmed. That I'm programmed and part of the script. I'm not. I'm actually being attacked and harmed. Y'all think I deserve to be punished with no food, no money, nothing? There was a point in time when when I stumbled upon Matthew's channel, now Matthew changed his narrative and now he wants to condemn and shun me for begging. Oh look, see, strange headlights. But Matthew was begging for crypto donations. Like what's that? I mean cryptocurrency donations. In which I found out that cryptocurrency is satanic. I wonder why Matthew is making it like I'm the only one that has to be responsible to go to Antarctica with him. As I said, he didn't even offer to pay. How else was I going to get there? I can't go there for free. Look, look, more fake loud trucks. He didn't even ask me or offer me directly, and then said, well, hey, Candy, would you like to come to Antarctica with me and help fight this whatever, and I'll pay for it for you. No, now Matthew's trying to as I said, he's parroting the same fake red triangle. Yeah, they got him. He sold out. They got him. And now he's acting like controlled opposition. And while using narcissistic fake projection and falsely accusing me of being controlled opposition. It had to be some of the fake red triangle cult criminals who would press the like button on a video of him saying that I'm gonna make Candy Grand Prix die. That sounds like some witchcraft or whatever. I mean, as I said, the gang stalkers and fake TIs, well, mainly the gang stalkers, threaten with fake TI perps are gang stalkers. They're just playing both sides. I mean, I thought that Matthew was a legitimate targeted individual and the real deal. And I thought we were supposed to, him doing the documentaries and me doing the ebooks, you know, I thought we were supposed to work together. And like, you know, after I start my ebook, that's when he sells out. He joined them. And he's in cahoots with the stalkers and now trying to use projection, and the stalkers are having a field day laughing. You know, and now the stalkers are throwing it in my face saying Matthew hates Candy. You know. I mean, I just can't try to wrap my head around or trying to figure out what is going on. And then he illegally, just like the stalkers do, he illegally used one of my pictures without my consent. And it's falsely making like I'm part of Sticky's cult when I have nothing to do with them stalking, harassing, and attacking me all day, every day, and they won't leave me alone. They've been stalking, harassing, and threatening me. They've still been trying to, I got documentation of proof of everything that I'm doing. How can you falsely accuse me of having everything fake and scripted? And he's trying so hard to manipulate and convince people of so many fucking delusional lies. Like, I'ma say it, Matthew has lost his fucking mind. He's not the same Matthew that he been for the past couple of years. So Matthew is trying to destroy my life. He's doing the works of Satan, and then doing like the stalkers, trying to falsely make it like Candy is a fake Christian or a bad Christian. You know, he's doing everything that the stalkers are doing, and yet falsely accusing me of being part of their network when he's acting like he is part of their network. I had a feeling he was gonna do this. And he's faking playing both sides. So I should stop documenting my targeting and then end up having a severe mental breakdown because I can't document. Me documenting is what's helping to keep my sanity. Why the hell would he want to cause more trouble and more harm in my life? So for him to say, I'm going to make Candy die, how is he going to accomplish that? Through witchcraft? So Matthew, you're a warlock? See, look, one fog light. I'm exposing gang stalking documentation right there. How are you gonna falsely accuse me of being fake and part of a script when I'm actually still being gang stalked? Like, for the videos of Matthew threatening to kill me, nothing but the fakes from Red Triangle cult criminals, they all pressed the like button on that video. Because they want me to die. They want me dead. They want me destroyed in any way, by any means necessary. Everybody trying to copy everybody. Everybody trying to be fake. Nobody trying to be original. You know, everybody's selling out nowadays. Like, nobody to be trusted nowadays. What the fuck is going on? Matthew, you ain't the perfect damn Christian. So Matthew sold out rather than letting himself be murdered by the cult, or if them trying to threaten to murder him. You know. And look, here's a black car with no headlights or tail lights. And there's a perpin over there with fake Reddit shirt. I don't know if y'all can see that. Fake faded red t-shirt. So after they got Matthew out of his mom's house, that was when he started tripping. I mean, I can understand freaking out because you've been betrayed. Excuse me, all this, that they got the stalkers to go, to get your family to go against you. This happens to all of us targets if you're a real target. But why did you fucking join them? Why did you sell out? Why did you cave in? Matthew, you a fucking coward. Just like the rest of the stalkers. I thought you weren't scared of them. And now Matthew trying to falsely make it like as if my videos are not content, just like what the stalkers say. He's trying to falsely make it like as if my videos are nothing but attention-seeking drama, just like what narcissistic abusers say. And he's trying to falsely make it like as if my videos are just sad and depressing. Well, you didn't feel like that for over a year and a half. Now you have a whole change of narrative about me. Matthew caved in and sold out. And now he wants to try, younger than me, and trying to control how he think I should live or where he think I should be living at. Like, he tried to falsely accuse me of stealing the whole narrative and script of his life when, motherfucker, I was born before you. Like, I'm 10 days away from 7 years older than you. My life had been like this before your ass was even conceived. I didn't know shit about you or your life. You know. So now Matthew wants to lie and say I'm a scammer and a fraud. That I'm fake and I'm this and that. If I was fake and sold out, I would not still be attacked. And then he it seems like he wants to study my finances and calories just like the regular stalkers. But he's fat too. If you got all that silver, what you need to ask for donations for? If you got thousands of dollars worth of silver, you have a fucking car. You can stay in hotels. You had never been on the streets with nothing. I'm like really upset now, you know, for him to be actually making death threats at me. Unprovoked, I didn't do shit to him. But you can't call yourself Christian and do videos talking about yourself being God. Well, if you are a God, who the hell is following or worshiping you? Because you sound like you practice witchcraft. You sound like you're doing witchcraft now. The very same stuff you exposed is the very same stuff you're now doing. What the fuck got into you? My channel may be monetized, but I only get a couple of hundred per month. I can't even get to live stream that long because of all the attacks and harassment. And the stalkers are having a field day and laughing at the fact of me losing more supporters. But Matthew making hate videos against me and now they're high-fiving? But then he acts like he wants them dead too? Who's the one with the fake script and being controlled and stuff like that? You don't get to fucking control my life and tell me what to do and try to study my finances. But he can blatantly say he's gonna, and then he said it the new age way, EYE, like as if he joined the occult. Like as if he's, you know, part of the fake new age movement now. He probably been doing witchcraft. He may not be recently initiated, but he probably been playing fake for a long time and recently dropped the mask. But I've been authentic, natural, and genuine, unchanged in myself all this time. And I don't have any plans of selling out or changing. Y'all gonna have to fucking kill me. Because I'm not selling out. I don't want to be part of y'all. I'm in disbelief and disappointment. So anyway, I mean, so yeah, now Matthew's gang stalking and harassing me now. I haven't even looked at his channel, like, you know, since probably about a week or a few days after we parted ways or cut ties with each other. But it seems like he's been stalking my content and stalking my videos all this time. How you gonna block me but then still be subscribed? Or still watching all my videos and trying to micro-stalk and be micro-critical of my every move? You know, I don't even try to tell you what to do or tell you how to live. As I said, Matthew said off his own mind that he was going to give me such and such amount of his silver, and then now he wants to lie and say he never said that. And there are a few other things he lied about too. I am genuinely being stalked and harassed, and I don't need to be forced to have to suffer more than I'm already suffering. If you're supposed to be a fellow TI, why would you hurt another person? I mean, it's like he's trying to belittle and mock me and trying to, you know, make me look really stupid and trying to discredit me and trying to dehumanize, demoralize, degrade, devalue me, narcissistically abuse me. You know, for you to say I'm gonna kill Candy or I'm gonna make Candy die, how come you're not in jail for death threats? You straight up threatened me like I'm talking about you're gonna make me die. You know, they're giving you a, like, you just committed a cyber crime. Yeah, Blood Falls, and I forgot what else. Oh, McMurdo. That McMurdo sounds like murder. Sounds like murder. But I'm the only one who Matthew was angry with. Now I'm disabled and can't climb whatever. See, there's a purple across the street with no headlights or taillights, and not, and it's dark. I mean, if I can't climb a tree, what make you think I could climb mountains or climb this, climb that? You know, now he's also doing what the stalker say, you know, falsely accused me of faking disability. Falsely accusing me of faking my disability. Oh, excuse me. You know, and as I said, I probably have less than 500 authentic, natural people subscribe to my channel. But the reason why the number is at over 6,500 is because the stalkers and their fake profiles that I have to keep blocking. The fake, you know, they create backups of fake accounts when they fake accounts to come and harass and attack. But I don't know what I could do to convince anyone about me being a real target. But people will quickly believe the lie of other people falsely accusing me of being fake. When they're the fakes calling me fake, they're the sellouts calling me a sellout. If I was sold out, I mean, I only get a hotel occasionally. Recently, I had to be on the streets 10 nights in a row. You know, so, I mean, the night before last and last night, there were perps trying to run over me with their vehicles, you know, and if you don't believe what I'm saying, what are you doing subscribe to, or what are you doing watching my channel? If you don't believe I'm targeted, why are you making any remarks, you know? So, I mean, I hate when they have people that falsely trying to discredit me and falsely accuse me of being a fake TI with no evidence. And then it's like all my gang stalking documentation of me being targeted. It's like all my documentation, all my videos are in vain for nothing. But everybody else gets to get praise, support, recognition, and everything else for documenting the exact same thing I do. I mean, I can't believe Matthew is now trying to count my calories, and him trying to talk about, oh, Candy is 300 pounds and claiming food insecurity. and she needed to manage her money better. Nah, yeah, 2 months ago he wasn't saying all that shit. Matthew sold his soul to the devil and is now practicing witchcraft. And then trying to point fingers and trying to call me a hypocrite. Look what you're doing. You have become the same evil that you pretended to be speaking against. But anyway, last night, yesterday evening, I went to try to get a discounted dinner. I think it was $6 or something. And the guy refused to let me inside the restaurant, period. And he ran me out like some dog. And then I have 2 bags. I have my backpack and my other bag that I have it to function as a purse, as a big purse. And so he tried to tell me I couldn't come inside with all my bags, and he tried to bully me and falsely accuse me of things I didn't do. And I'm like, I come here to pick up food. Like, why am I not allowed in here? I didn't do anything wrong. And then he tried to lie and say that there was a homeless man that came in there. But he tried to lie and said that there was a homeless man that came up in there. Excuse me. He tried to lie and said that there was a homeless man that came in there and threw a whole bunch of dirty underwear on a table. And I'm like, that's some lie he fucking made up. So how can Matthew mock and discredit me if he's supposedly been going through the same thing? Matthew's now a full-fledged perp. See, they're making my chin itch. And the fake CIA whole perp, as I said, he lied and said he made a fake apology and lied and said that he was going to stop making fake harassing phone calls to me, that he was going to stop calling me. And, he'd been left me alone for a little bit and then back to sending fake harassing emails. Look, another car with no headlights or taillights at night. It's dark. And see, they turn on the headlights once they pass by me. And after I said something. I can't believe 4 days in a row they sent bedbug infested gang stalkers to come near me. It's like they want to try to force me to have it. And they keep sending gang stalkers to shake their legs near me and everything, Why does everybody want to sacrifice me? Why does everybody want me dead? Even the biological brother Sean would try to tell me that I'm dead and that I'm past dead. My family wanted me to die. excuse me, trying to kill me. So if Matthew falsely accusing me of lying about being from New Orleans, if I'm not from New Orleans, then you tell me where the fuck I'm from. Just like the regular stalkers try to falsely accuse me of lying about being from New Orleans, but me and my twin sister, we're twins. But if she say we're from New Orleans, they believe her. How's one twin gonna be a New Orleans native and not the other? It's like Matthew is now even parroting the same stuff that the fake Virginia Kelly perp had been saying about, you know, trying to falsely make it like I'm wasting money living this way, or living this way is unsustainable and this and that, when he was defending me and exposing her. I mean, people out here betraying you for no fucking reason at all. You know? And they're out here, they have people who I don't even know, never even contacted, or been making false accusations against me and lie and say I did stuff to them before I even know of their existence. Like, how does Matthew hypocritically condemn people talking about this person and that person's a fake AI generated character, but you rely on fake AI like consulting a psychic?
Further than what sort of that, definitely that.
How can you call my content fake and full of drama and depressing and negative when, you know, all this is original, unedited? For you to condemn people, you better not make another fucking fake AI generated video live stream or community post. Why you can't just say shit on your own? And the perps themselves were laughing at Matthew, talking about that he got AI psychosis. And Matthew kept trying to falsely use projection and falsely accuse me of being demonic, when you're relying on demonic fake AI, demonic fake cryptocurrency. You want to go to demonic fake Antarctica. Blood Falls and McMurdo. Why you want to go to places with those names and think that that's supposed to free you? Like, Matthew, you actually exposing stuff it's been done in vain, because now you sold out, and now your so-called evidence and stuff is no longer good, because now you're doing the works of the cult, you're doing the works of the devil, and acting like controlled opposition, and using projection and narcissistic abuse and Darvo and gaslighting. And you're falsely accusing me of everything that you're guilty of. Just like with the regular stalkers. Fuck all of y'all. But Matthew tried to, just like the stalkers, hypocritically talk about me repeating the same thing. Matthew would come in my live stream chats. If my stuff was so depressing, why did you voluntarily come in my live stream chats? If I'm so depressing and negative and full of drama. Yeah, Matthew's, he getting paid. Or severely mind controlled. Yeah, so I forgot what else I need to talk about or what else I was gonna say. You know, and that guy that gave me that guy at that restaurant or that bar or whatever, see, look, one fog light. The guy at that bar or restaurant or whatever, he gave me a plate of food that looked like dog scraps. It looked like dog scraps that people have ate off of it. I couldn't even eat it. Like $6.26 went to waste. And I was forced to have to go somewhere else. I mean, I don't know. The stalkers felt like they had to use witchcraft to get me and Matthew to get Matthew to go against me, so that they could try to distract from being exposed. And then they try to discredit my ebook. You know, and still put fake bad reviews on all my ebooks. I mean, I didn't even know about Matthew until I did what I thought was a supportive video, when he did a video saying Candy Grand Prix is clearly not a scammer. And he defended me before I even knew who he was, and he was using that fake voice changer, sound like a weird ass kid, you know, or like some kind of robot or something, you know. But yeah, if I was fake, how come they disrupt my live stream? So, like last night, I was barely able to do 30 minutes of a live stream. I don't know. I'm exhausted right now. I'm gonna get off here. Hello, y'all. It's 7.
I've been pretty clear about don't tell me anything that you would not tell the police. Over and over and over again. And if you're not willing to tell the police, but you're going to tell me anyway, then you're manipulating, and that's not okay. And you get to hear recording after recording of people that, well, they verify I told the truth. The question is, why didn't they verify it to anybody else? Why did I have to record them and post them on fucking YouTube and Facebook? Why did most of these people who claim to be my friends stop being my friends? Well, because they never were. They lied to me over and over again and took advantage of a situation where I needed help. Took advantage of me, took advantage of my finances, and just wanted to get some clout on the fucking internet. What they didn't want to do is look at any evidence. Now, the problem I've got with Roy is that no matter what, getting him to look at evidence is like pulling teeth. If I get him to look at something, he's not going to write it down. He's also not going to speak up about how it's his disabilities that he's been using as his reason for not doing these things. Well, if you have those disabilities, wouldn't you, as a responsible human being, speak up about that instead of letting a person be harmed over and over and over and over again? You'd think that you would. When you have to deal with somebody who's going to give you a bunch of excuses, see, this is the thing when people want to change the subject and start talking about themselves. Either they don't want to hear it, and they're just trying to be nice, or there's something in that story that they're telling you. Generally, an excuse. When you say, hey, I need to turn this abuse into Tillamook Family Counseling Center, and that person starts telling you a horror story about Tillamook Family Counseling Center. They're warning you about Tillamook Family Counseling Center. Meanwhile, where else is a victim in Tillamook supposed to go? The police don't care. They will outright lie. They will lie to the courts. They will lie to the attorneys. They will lie to the public. Police officers are not your friends. No good person is going to become a police officer. No good person is going to look at the things that police officers are doing nationwide and say, oh, I want to do those things. No, that's not what a good person's going to do. It sucks for police officers that once in a while they actually have to do something about child molesters or rapists or murderers. From what I've seen of police officers, the majority of their job and the majority of what they do is victimize poor people. I posted a link in this video here, down in the, not the comment section, the description section. That's a British cop doing exactly what I have to deal with every time that I have to talk to a hostile cop by myself. And cops are hostile to homeless. It starts off hostile. It starts off with police officers taking a stance and a tone meant to make you feel uncomfortable. When you're a pretty girly and you don't have to deal with that, you get to have this delusion in your head that the cops are the good guys. No, they're not. And you're not the good guy either. Because you're going to make excuses. You're going to make excuses because it's not happening to you. And you're going to continue making excuses until it happens to you. And then you're going to whine like a mule. Because, oh God, how dare anybody do that to me? Well, you know what? They saw that you turned a blind eye to every single other person being victimized. And they know that none of those victims that you treated like shit when they needed help are going to lift a fucking finger to help you. Because you're just a shitty person. And then there's people out here whose only crime is being broke. There's a big difference between somebody being a career criminal and someone being forced to break the law to get heard. Asking Roy to look at the evidence is, well, he's going to go out of his way to treat me in a way that anybody who is treated like that is going to want to fucking kill themselves. When a victim comes to you and for over a year you don't have the time, you are literally never going to make the time. When you say that you'll make the time, you're going to go off on vacation. Whether or not you help somebody is dependent upon the weather. And if it's a nice day, the weather is going to have you going off on a fucking magic hike in the woods, which has nothing to do with actually helping me. And then you'll say that you'll help me on the days, oh, I got to check my schedule, but my schedule is based on the weather. So if it's an overcast day, those are the days that I'll help you. But then, of course, if it's overcast and he's chronically depressed in the worst kind of way, And the thing is, I need Roy to tell these people that he can't do this because he treats me like shit. If it's because he's depressed, fine. It's because he's depressed. It's still a shitty thing to do to somebody. If you care about somebody, you don't make excuses literally for years. You don't drag your feet and drag your ass about fucking speaking up. When they ask you to do something that'll help them out, you actually do it. You don't waste their time and forget about it. Every fucking time, we'll write it down or do it right now. If there's something that I ask you to do and it'll take you 30 seconds to do, just fucking do it while we're on the goddamn phone. Holy shit! While I was in jail, the worst thing that I had to deal with is trying to talk to Roy. That was worse than having to take the abuse, because I knew that through all of it, Roy could just simply do as I asked. These were not complicated requests. The whole time I was in jail, I had to rely on Roy because I already knew nobody else was going to do their jobs unless somebody spoke up. But Roy wasn't going to speak up, and Claire Jordan wasn't going to speak up. And it took a whole bunch of phone calls and a bunch of wasted time and a bunch of them treating me in a way that made me want to blow my fucking head off. But I couldn't because I was locked up. Their help is horrible. How selfish do you have to be when somebody is being abused? For you to want to talk about you nonstop, you say you don't have the fucking time, but you can literally spend hours talking about yourself if I make the time to listen. The difference is, I will make the time to listen and they won't. No matter what, when it comes time to listen, it will not be listening time. It'll be talk over Sean time. It'll be tell stories about themselves time. It'll be make excuses time. When there's a problem as an adult, you can deal with it like a fucking adult. But you don't want to do that because you're too much of a coward and innocent people are being harmed because you're too much of a coward. The least you can do is turn it in with the person that you're a coward. The least you can do is call up Adult Protective Services and say, hey, Sean's being harmed, but I can't do anything because I'm too much of a coward. You could say it nicer than that. There are lots of super nice ways that you could say that. Because you don't want to call yourself a coward. You could say, I am afraid. Isn't that a nicer way of saying it? Isn't that less insulting? But, of course, as men, we're not allowed to be afraid. If we're afraid, it makes us cowards. That's the way that it is projected onto us. I've had to go in alone repeatedly because all of these people who claim to care and want to tell me about how they care show that they don't by not coming forward right away, by dragging it out. Let me tell you about the situation last night. I had to try to turn that in. Of course, I don't have anybody I can turn it into right away. Who's going to turn it in with me? None of the homeless are going to. They've already made that abundantly clear. They're all afraid of the cops. You don't have to do something illegal. Being broke is enough. Here in the United States, people don't care what the truth is. If you're homeless, they will project onto you that it's because you are on drugs, or because you must be a child molester, or a rapist, or a murderer. All the things that you're not allowed to say about black people, it's still okay to say those things about the homeless, ain't it? All those things you're not allowed to blame on Hispanic people. Well, now you're allowed to do that again. I'll take that one back. But you still blame all those things on the homeless as well. No matter what, you've got some excuse why it's a homeless person's fault that you are victimizing them. that you are choosing to take so much time out of your day to devote to victimizing a disabled person. And meanwhile, do these other disabled people give a shit? No, they only give a shit about themselves. When it comes down to it, they only care about themselves. They're not going to do what black people do when you are racist against a black person and all of a sudden you got a bunch of black people who care. No, each of these disabled people want to use their disabilities as an excuse not to come forward, not to tell the truth. People who tell me that they have memory issues and then later on they don't have memory issues. They can go to college and get good grades, but then they can't remember anything that's said. That's because people care about, or people remember the things that they're interested in, the things that they care about. If they don't care about you, you can tell them that you were stabbed in the stomach 400 times. If they don't care, they're not going to remember it. Now, hopefully, through repetition, if you tell them enough, they will remember it. That's how you get somebody who doesn't care to actually remember something. You make it so fucking annoying that they're going to remember it for the rest of their lives. That's just sad. Now, I got a YouTube channel here where I get a bunch of predatory folks on here, actual predators. And they want to harass me, and they want to stalk me, they want to threaten me, they want to coerce me, they want to do all sorts of stuff that's immoral and illegal. And of course, they want to do what that British cop lady wanted to do. She wanted to outright lie. She lied to her victim. Lied to him outright. Told him that she saw him writing down people's license plates, and it turned out he wasn't writing down people's license plates. She'd made it up. They also wanted to basically make fun of him for being weird. They think it's weird. Well, fine. You can think all sorts of shit's weird. Now, of course, we got right here this person called him, well, something that's probably not appropriate, typed, "I'm a targeted individual who has recently been fully funny." This sounds so familiar. I go through this daily as well, it seems. He also typed, "Here in Akron, Ohio, I get bullied a lot because I live in my grandma's attic. My name's Chance, by the way. Good to meet you." I use words creatively myself. Some of that stuff I personally find hilarious, just the way that it's targeted, the way that it's typed. Now, some of that might be some typographical errors, but if it is, it was a lucky typographical error because it's funny. Now, when it comes to having to deal with people who are always going to tell you excuses, you know, like these folks who wanted to tell me that they were going to help me, and they also wanted to tell me they had kids, and I tell them, well, you know, these people may threaten to harm you or your kids. "Oh no, I'm fine, I'll be fine, we'll be fine, we're tough." Then later on they get a hold of me and are telling me the people actually got a hold of them to threaten to kill them and their kids. I tell them, hey, you need to turn that in with me. If you're going to tell me that people are targeting you and your kids because you guys were trying to help me, and mind you, they weren't trying to help me. They were claiming that they were going to try to help me, but all of these people, every one of these people who got targeted, every single one of them got targeted because they were arguing in Natalie Bollinger groups. Every one of them. They weren't investing any time in finding out what was going on. When I sent them evidence, they didn't bother to look at it and try to turn it in. What they did is try to circulate it on Facebook and YouTube. At that point, all I can do when they're wanting to cherry pick little bits and pieces out to pretend I'm some sort of a horrible person, all I can do at that point is post up the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Now, why is it the Bollingers and the police have fought so hard to try to hide my evidence? To try to convince you guys not to look. Try to convince people that I'm schizophrenic or delusional or otherwise. That I'm a stalker. Oh yeah, sure. Pretending I'm a stalker makes it okay to pretend that I'm delusional when people physically assault me, and pretend that I'm a schizophrenic, or that I'm delusional, or that I'm a child molester or a rapist. These police did everything that they could to drag this out as much as possible. It was a coordinated effort between multiple law enforcement agencies, as well as multiple mental health agencies. It was a coordinated effort. It took all of those people to prevent the fact that Natalie Bollinger was not a delusion from showing up in court. Their entire case in Colorado against me was based on the belief that Natalie Bollinger was a delusion, that she never existed. Same thing in Nebraska. Same thing here in Oregon. Same thing in Wyoming. It's amazing how these people can pretend that I'm schizophrenic and delusional over and over again. Law enforcement officers, over something that any idiot can look up in 5 minutes. Type up the name Natalie Bollinger. And then they want to pretend that the assaults over that must be schizophrenic delusions. Well, shit, you can find some of those assaults right here on this very channel. Let's see, this person typed, nobody's talking. I think they're blocking your chat and your support. Maybe. Mostly it's that the people that come to my channel are trolls. You know, internet trolls, not real trolls. Not movie trolls coming through with fairies and dragons and witches and stuff like that, but you know, people who have nothing better to do than to harass people and try to destroy innocent lives. You encounter them in video games, like on Earth Space Dock and Star Trek Online. You're in Earth Space Dock, you're not playing video games, you're looking at a bunch of people trying to rage bait each other. As far as blocking my chat and my support, I never had support. If you're gonna help someone how you want instead of how they need, you are not helping them. If you're going to require somebody who needs help because they're overwhelmed, if your idea of helping them is to tell them to do a bunch of stuff and promise to help them if they do all of this other stuff when they are already overwhelmed, they already have too much on their plate, and you're going to promise to help them if they jump through a bunch of hoops for you. After they've jumped through those hoops for you, because you're not going to put any actual effort into it. Your effort is thinking. You think that we're all retarded, that we're too stupid to understand the English language, that you need us to think of a solution for you. No, asshole, there's a fucking solution. There's been a solution the whole time. If you give a shit, you look at the evidence, and then you turn it in with me. That is how you prevent a disabled victim from being victimized over and over and over again. That's how you prevent this from happening to begin with. Now, when you refuse to go in with your so-called friend or family member, you have shown loud and clear you are not a friend. You are not a family member. You are a liar, 100%. I don't owe it to you to keep your secrets if you're just going to lie to me. Matter of fact, I don't owe it to you to keep your secrets at all. This person also typed, they do this to me all the time. They even send people to they and give me bed bugs. That's not how you get bed bugs. I'm not trying to be rude, but that's not how you get bed bugs. You literally get bed bugs from living in unsanitary conditions. Wash your sheets. That person wrote that they say he's schizo too. He says he proved them wrong. It says, do you see cars with one headlight or strange headlights often? If there's a motorcycle, there's one headlight. So it depends on if there's motorcycles on the road. As far as strange headlights, every make and model of vehicle has a different headlight. Some of them have the old-fashioned yellow lights. Some of them have the new ultra-bright blue LEDs that blind everybody. There's also plenty of people who have vehicles who have headlights that go out. They go out all the time. Sometimes you get stuff stuck in the wiring harness and it starts to corrode in the wiring harness. Those are brass contacts in most of them. Some of them use copper contacts, and both of them are prone to getting stuff on them. Both are prone to oxidation and other crust and nastiness. Things that tend to gather when there's an electrical current going through them. And then, of course, there's the life of the thing. You also got to consider the terrain that you're using it on. If you're always driving on a interstate and it's a well-paved interstate, your lights may last a very long time. If you're living out in the country and you got washboard roads, then you might shake a filament real quick and easy. Then you're stuck with one headlight. Whether or not you see cars with one headlight often, or strange headlights, well, whether they're strange is dependent on your perception of things. Do you perceive it as strange? It used to be nearly all of the headlights were round. So if you saw a headlight, it was round. Some of them were just a little gas lantern or a kerosene lantern. So when they came out with the round bulbs were the strange ones. When it comes to seeing them often, well, as often as anybody else, if I'm out and about actually paying attention to the vehicles, I'd probably see more of them. But I don't go out very often because of the abuse that I have to endure. It doesn't matter how much evidence I have when the people who I'm sent to for help take advantage of me. When I'm sent to my family for help and they just want to rip me off for my money. As soon as the money's gone, they're gone. There's lots of people that wanted to tell me about their families being threatened or so on and so forth in this situation, but the strange thing to me is that they didn't come forward with me about it. If people are threatening to kill your kids, you would want to come forward about it, wouldn't you? Where the hell's my ashtray? Meanwhile, the predators that I tried to turn in that had kids all used their kids as excuses for their horrible behaviors, or to pretend that those horrible behaviors never happened. It's disgusting. These people know how to manipulate the system. We've taught women how to manipulate the system, every one of them. They've also been taught the us girls gotta stick together thing. Now that's a horrible thing. That's where no matter how wrong a girl is, her and her female buddies will go out of their way to destroy a man's life because he didn't do what she wanted right when she wanted it. You've got to hear a lot of women who promised to help me and never came through, and I spoke up about it, and they wanted it down now. They wanted to be angry and say, take it down now. There, you just got to be patient, went right out the window. Well, don't lie to me. If you tell me you're going to help me to turn this in, if it takes you 24 hours, that's understandable if you've got a lot going on, but this is abuse against a vulnerable adult. If you say you're going to help them, you help them. You don't lie to them. You don't waste their time. You don't pretend that you're going to help them, and you certainly don't help their predators to get away. That's disgusting. Let's see. The person calling themselves Sticky typed, I meant I see cars with one headlight out, one tail light out, one fog light, etc. They gang stalking me every day. Having a headlight out doesn't denote a gang stalker. I'm not trying to be rude by saying that. A headlight out just means a headlight's out. A tail light out just means a tail light's out. My little sister was telling me that she thought people in black vehicles were following her everywhere. Where the hell is my ashtray? I'm gonna have to put this thing out on my tongue. Screw it, I'll use this. That worked. Now, one of the things these people, if they finally do pretend to make an effort to go in with me, one thing that is very, very, very common is that these people aren't going to say a word, not a word, about any of their excuses. They're not going to say a word about the disabilities that they claim to have had and have used as an excuse. Many of them for years, these have been their excuses. Well, if you're not going to tell the police, it is an excuse and you're manipulating. That's as simple as it is. There's a lot of people who were willing to come forward over at Safeway. The issue was that they all thought that Candy was going to do it, and it made it easy for them. You know, then they don't have to do it because Candy's going to do it. Well, she didn't do it. And when she didn't do it, they didn't try to step up. They didn't try to step in. They didn't try to drag the line a bit, make it a little easier. No, they let it continue. They let it continue, knowing that I was telling the truth, knowing that I was being physically assaulted, knowing that my vehicle was being destroyed. And there are hundreds of people in this town who paid attention to my vehicle. There are many people that I don't know in this town, but there's also many people that when I meet them in this town, they remember my car. Did Candace Bondurant ever come forward about the abuse that she claimed to endure? No, she didn't. She certainly didn't come forward with me. Instead, she victimized me for coming forward myself. When she chose to outright lie, I'm not okay with that. Especially when those outright lies resulted in me and many other people being harmed, being threatened, and this abuse continuing. Candace Bondurant is the worst friend I've ever had. You cannot do worse things than what Candace Bondurant did. What she did is worse than molesting a child. What Candace Bondurant did is worse than raping somebody. What Candace Bondurant did is help the predators to get away and guarantee that the victim will have to take this for the rest of his life. I grew up in the system. I know what it's like to be raped. And this is worse. However, as a male, I'm not allowed to say that. I'm not allowed to come forward about the abuse that I've endured. If I say that I was assaulted, you pretend I'm schizophrenic. You pretend that no other kind of abuse can happen to a man. So let's get to what was going on yesterday. Yesterday, the guy that was going to come help me, he didn't have the time, so he was going to reschedule to do so today from 10 o'clock to 3:30. So he showed up at around noon and told us he had to leave at 1. Meanwhile, Roy is afraid to try to turn something in or even listen or look at evidence unless there is somebody there for moral support. So this is all pending having somebody else show up so that Roy can speak up. Hopefully. Let's see. It says the one calling themselves Rugi typed hi Sean. Sticky typed I subscribed. We'll see you again. Rugi typed where are you living? And then Rugi typed face. And then Rugi typed are you trying to get a lawsuit in Tillamook? Why don't you just pick Bud in Northern California? See, people got lots of ideas. No, that doesn't help. When it comes to abuse, it's either turn in the abuse or just leave the victim alone. If you don't care that the victim is being victimized, leave them alone. It'd be nice to get a lawsuit to sue the shit out of these people and donate the money to people who could actually use it, like their victims. But in reality, these are criminal acts that were committed by these people, and I'm trying to get them put in prison for the criminal acts that they committed. This is a matter of public safety. When you allow people to treat American citizens like this, you know, we got lots of people who want to say, oh, well, it's okay as long as they're foreign. Well, I'm not foreign. I was born in the United States. What now? Now